All right, guys, so I'm going to start. This is just one of my bookshelves right here, one of my main ones. It goes down a couple of rows there. Just go over quickly what books I got here. I'm not going to probably name all of them, but you get a visual of all of them. You got Art of War, Brian Wilton's collected works of Asatru. Got a couple of Ernst Younger books. Words for Warriors, Hero, and Hero Worship. This is a gift from a listener of the podcast. Book of Five Rings, Hagakure. What else do we have here? Training the Samurai Mind. I enjoyed that book. Samurai Strategies, a whole bunch of samurai stuff here. Bushido, The Warrior's Code, The Way of the Samurai, Scholar Warrior, The Essential Tao. Bruce Lee, right? I always talk about, I don't know if he could fight, but he sure can fucking philosophize. Good stuff here. Stephen Pressfield. Pressfield is just an incredible author. People need to read more Pressfield. This is Gates of Fire, Saga of the Joms Vikings, Nordic Runes, a Book of Troth. Right, that was a pretty interesting book. This is a book that I was supposed to do a review on, talking about RK selection theory. That I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on, but that is the book that people wanted me to review. Northern Wisdom, very good book. Freakonomics, Practice Perfect, the Book of Talent, the Little Book of Talent. What do we got here? Letter to a Christian Nation, The End of Faith. A little Jack Donovan here. We got Blood Brotherhood. I am a tremendous Robert Greene fan, so much so that I even buy the concise, smaller collections of his books. This is the concise 48 Laws of Power. Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. Everybody should be reading that. We have A Sky Without Eagles, another Jack Donovan. The Prince, Machiavelli, a little Machiavelli for you. Out From Under, this is an interesting book. It's a book, I was researching an episode once and I was just intrigued. It's the impact of homosexual parenting. Right? So that was interesting. A little bit of Thoreau, Philosophy, Honor, and Mastery. Another, I cannot recommend this book to you guys enough, guys. Like, do your life a favor and buy this book. Get your head out of your ass. Start making shit happen. Philosophy, some Plato, Norse stories, a couple of Alexander novels. We have Power of Positive Thinking, Aaron Pizzi. That was another book for the podcast. Genghis Khan book, little Ayn Rand, The Virtues of War, another Pressfield book. It's all about Pressfield. Some politics, The Amateur. This is about everybody's favorite ex-president, Barack Obama. Fucking lemon that he is. All right, we have Blink, little Gladwell. We have a Don't Shop at Walmart book. What's going on here? True Believer by Eric Hoffer. There are some people who create their followings based on this book. I particularly am not a fan of following a cult book when establishing the groundworks for your tribe. I think it should be a little bit more organic, a little bit more genuine. But I digress. A little Stephen Hawking here. Losing Ground, Charles Murray, great book. Some free market stuff. Sam Harris, great philosopher and intellectual. Terrible political commentator. The Practicing Mind. This is a very, I would say, unexpectedly good book that I read. Pedagogy of the Oppressed, little Paulo Freire. We have An Incomplete Education, very good book. Another Alexander book. Philosophy, History, Underboss, right? Is this Sammy the Bull? Yeah, the book Sammy the Bull. Some Gotti stuff, some little Ayn Rand. What do we got here? This is a sociology book from college. I didn't really care for the book, but it reminds me of an debate really, that I got into with my sociology professor. Let's just say it was the beginnings of what would amount to the Pressure Project one day, where I was like, hey, wait a minute, this is bullshit. That's the book that reminds me of that. 4-Hour Work Week. I mean, this is Think and Grow Rich for this generation. You guys should have read this already. A little Anthony Robbins. God is Not Great. My man, The Hitch. Basic Economics. Soul. Some Dawkins. What do we got here? Atheist stuff, religious stuff, history of God, more religious stuff. The First 20 Hours, How to Learn Anything Fast. Not a bad book at all. Not a bad book at all. A bunch of, this is a book on logic, some stuff. This is a lot of stuff for my kids. Me researching different things concerning designing curriculum and different, perspectives and such on homeschooling. Some more homeschooling book. The Core, a lot of classical education stuff. The Well-Trained Mind, another classical education book. What do we have here? We have a Harry Potter book that was a gift. The Celestine Prophecy. This book is absolutely ridiculously retarded. But it was a gift from a family member who I hope doesn't see this video now that I just said that. Chance, if you guys have seen the show, it's based on this book by Kem Nunn. Right, so if you guys haven't started watching this, catch up. Season 1's done. I think they're filming season 2 soon. Another Harry Potter. This is a gift. The Essential Wolverine, because everybody should have it. Right next to Conan, a collection of Conan. We have a Princess Bride book that, unfortunately, I used to have a pit bull, and she was adorable, but she liked chewing books, and she got a fucking mouth on my Princess Bride book, but I didn't throw it out, of course. It's Princess Bride. Got a bunch of more Wolverine, X-Men graphic novels. This is usually like I'm about to take a short flight or something and I just need some variety in my entertainment. I just don't want to listen to podcasts or watch movies or just read like serious books, so sometimes it'll turn the brain off, read some comic type stuff. Homer, another copy of Princess Bride, of course. Iliad, another Homer, another Mario Puzo. My favorite book of all time, Mario Puzo the Sicilian. Favorite book of all time. We have Everything You Know Is Wrong, or the Disinfo books. I was big on these back in the day. Another Mario Puzo. It's another copy of the Sicilian. These are some books here, some kids' books that I was researching, designing my life skill program in my school for. So this is just one of my bookshelves. A lot of guys always ask me what I read, and this is a collection of some of my favorite books. I've read just about every single one of them. There are a couple that were gifts, but this is it for the most part. All right? Please buy this book.